Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to 1600. I've got here son of Orange County, son of Mr. Green Jeans, and I'm the idiot bastard son.
Son of a bitch.
It's Sunday.
Yeah. Yeah. We're going to, you may see that I've got a little armband on. It's in mourning.
Oh.
We're in mourning for the record stores, which we're going to get to. But first, we do have to make an apology. A couple months ago, we ran some repeats. 2 repeats, 2 weeks of repeats.
We never run repeats because our fans expect new shows.
That was a long, involved story and some mistakes, and you know, it's just we promise, we'll try not to let it ever happen again. So, if you're just coming back, yes, this is a new one. Stay tuned; they'll all be new.
The show that promises nothing promises you something new every week.
And we promise you nothing, but
Boy Scouts honor.
But we deliver. So, record stores. We've all had, we've all done time in the trenches.
Oh, goodness, yes.
You remember record stores? You remember them?
They're fading fast.
I miss them already.
Even as we speak.
There's something about walking into a place and picking something up and holding it and looking at it and searching through everything.
And the smell of the vinyl. It smells like victory.
Yeah. V for vinyl. Vinyl. Well, it was a long time that they stopped selling the vinyl, unless you wanted to buy 12-inch
I worked at a record store about the end
So you
of
could
vinyl.
scratch.
When CDs came on and they only had like Born in the USA, 9 stacks of it, maybe
Yeah.
Madonna or something.
Yeah.
But vinyl went out, I would say that was about 83 or 4.
Actually, no,
85.
they kept going.
They kept
85.
it out, but I mean, that's when it started to
It's
cross
CDs
over.
started coming in 84, and
Yeah,
I
you're
was
right,
working in
84 or
another
5.
record store at the time, and at the time it was the largest classical music collection in the world.
And where was this?
That was beautiful, downtown Washington, D.C. at Tower Records, the first Tower Records.
I thought it was
to
the
come to
Sunset Strip.
Washington.
The Sunset Strip was the
In
first
Washington.
one ever.
Oh, yeah. The Tower Records really started as a distribution arm of Capitol Records. You know, the tower, the Capitol Tower building.
the West Coast.
Yeah.
Only
So
in
they
California.
opened up a store in order to put all their stuff in there.
That was the greatest record store to walk into. Many different times we drive the 30 miles as the Sons of Orange County to go to Tower Records. But at that time, we weren't making a lot of bread. So you go and you pull at the bins and you get 7, 8 records, and then you start putting back based on how much money you had.
Yeah, yeah.
But they had imports. They had, the singles
Dozens of
and the little...
distributors.
Yeah, they were great. They had Tower Records has always had the best selection as far as I'm concerned. And that's why the death of Tower Records means no more selection.
Yeah. What are you going to do? Go to Best Buy?
Only if you want to get
Sam
the latest
Goody?
Madonna album.
Yeah, if you get the latest, they are cheaper there, but
Now,
still.
the Virgin Megastores have a pretty good catalog, but there isn't one around here.
And there isn't any vinyl. There used to be in Georgetown.
And Virgin
There's one on
still
Wisconsin-
doesn't have Tower
Wisconsin Avenue.
selection.
Yeah.
No.
No, not at all.
And naturally, they kind of hyped the Virgin albums more than...
Well, yeah, it's why they opened in the first place.
Sure.
Yeah, I just went to the one in New York City, and it was, Hitsville.
So if you're finding a record store now, it's like Record and Tape Traders. There's maybe 1 or 2 of those left.
Yeah.
Used record stores, used CD
record
stores.
Now, I love going
Spin
into
Zone in
used
Springfield.
record. Really? I haven't been there. How is it?
Yeah, oh, not bad. They got some obscure stuff. They got some sort of mainstream stuff. Used, new.
Is there a
highly recommend
is there
it.
a no spin zone?
That would be Bill O'Reilly.
That's on every
And,
Friday night at 8 o'clock.
Yeah,
Every night?
there's more spinning.
God.
There's more spinning there than the jugglers in the circus with the plates.
No,
It's
yeah.
incredible. But we won't talk about him.
Yeah.
Used
Ever
record
again.
stores, though. That's where I built up my collection.
Yeah, I remember I used to go to the CD seller and Record Convergence.
Sellers
and,
seem to have records in them.
Yes.
It's just a reason.
Yeah.
Mine was Music Box and Fantasy Records and Record Trading Center. From 25 cents to $1.99.
Now, was Fantasy Records at all associated with
No,
Fantasy?
no.
The label?
No.
Oh, okay.
No, not
Because
at all.
ants can't
All right.
dance, but it'll
Yeah.
steal your money. However, we had Desert Shore Records in Syracuse.
Desert Shore?
Desert Shore Records.
Not Desert Storm.
What were
No.
you paying?
Okay.
Before
like a
that.
buck? $2?
$2,
Yeah.
$3
$2 to
$3.50,
get you a good record.
$3.99.
$3.50,
Yeah,
$3.99. For a double album, maybe $5.
Mm-hmm.
And those
I got
little
illegal,
stickers
I got
there.
illegal, immoral, and fattening for a quarter. Best quarter I ever spent.
God.
But my friend Scott bought Styx Equinox for a quarter. And we get home, we put it on, and it's like a roller coaster. And he's like, "Man, I guess we better look at the quarter records a little more."
Yeah, I used to have
Probably
records like that.
sounded better too, didn't it?
You know, if you took a heating
Light
pad,
it up.
if you took a heating pad and kind of moistened it a little bit, and then put encyclopedias on it and let it bake for like 6
Why would you want to
hours.
reflatten a Styx record?
Well, yeah, there you
I
go.
would want to make a frisbee out of it. Yeah.
But yeah, and if they were scratched up, so what? You didn't pay that much money, and usually the only ones that were scratched up were the first side, because that's the side everybody always played on LPs. So if you always like the second side, you flip it over, it's nice and smooth.
Yeah.
Well, now I was also working in a record station at the time that vinyl was going out.
A record station?
A radio station.
Ah.
And they were getting rid of all their albums, so the DJs kind of looked through the stacks, and there used to be stacks. I mean, just boxes and boxes.
Stacks of wax.
Stuff that was never open. And before there were stacks of wax, there were stacks of slacks. The 78 LPs.
Don't sit on my Jimmy Shans.
That's right. Richard Thompson talked about they don't make them like that since the war, and it's true. And the early
Those were heavyweight. Just
hell yeah. You talk about 180-gram vinyl now, it's like big deal. Those things weighed about 5 pounds apiece, and they were brittle and fragile. And if you dropped it,
there was nothing in the world like walking into a record store and picking up a 12-inch record where you could look at the artwork and the pictures, and you read all the stuff on
and
the
the
back.
gatefolds, because you could clean
Yeah.
things out on them, and get rid of your stems and seeds that you don't need.
Just
Yeah.
doesn't look the same on a CD.
No, not. Yeah, no.
Yeah, you can't read the lyrics on a
Yeah.
CD anymore either.
Bearsville. And labels, Labels.
I always liked what they did at Reprise. I was talking about this earlier. Reprise would take the stickers off, but there'd still be kind of the glue and sticker on it, and then they'd melt them back down. And so when you get your record, and it was Neil Young's Time Fades Away that I got, where there were little chips of the Reprise labels in it. So permanent scratches, just permanent scratches.
And and
they wouldn't take it back.
Further fire up another ugly rumor. Back in the old days at Tower, folks, those records that were returned by you because you didn't like them, well, they would be repackaged. There was a machine back there, and
Shrink
you'd
wrap.
stick the shrink wrap on them, and you'd sell them good as new again, even if they weren't.
So those people who exchanged the crappy record for the good one took it out and put in the scratched up one. You'd
Right.
shrink wrap and then sell it, Neil.
Yeah.
Right on. I hope some people like my records.
If you have some stories about that,
Yeah.
please write us at vivazappa@hotmail.com and tell us your vinyl stories.
Let's see, record stores at one point, it was, now when Tower first opened, and for the while that you knew it out there, was it just records only?
Well,
Maybe some tapes?
they also had 8 tracks and singles
Right,
and
well,
stuff and cassettes.
yeah, but it was all music.
Yeah, and then came in the magazine rack because they had to have Rolling Stone out
And Cream, and Circus, and
Yeah.
Crawdaddy,
Crawdaddy.
and- yeah.
So there was a little bit of that going, but it wasn't until way later that they started getting the big discs of the movies and
Right, diversifying.
DVDs and
But
books.
And remember 45s? There used to be 45s.
oh yeah,
And some of them had pictures on them, and well, that was later. But they'd
pictures.
have
I've
still
things
got a
like
bunch of
picture
those.
sleeves anyway, and that was a phenomenon, that we'll never see again.
now we all worked in record stores. Why?
For the discount,
Yeah,
No, man. Because I was working at a radio station at the
chicks.
time. And
lots of chicks. Not that you ever got to really talk to them. Besides, they're going to be cash or credit.
well, only the chicks I worked with.
well,
Well,
yeah. Yeah.
But there were also the guys that worked
Hi,
there that
Tracy.
had the black eyeshadow and the fingernail polish and everything too. But
Yeah.
we're not going to go there.
So
Well,
We already
the
did
first,
the
the first
homophobe
week
show.
I worked at Music Plus, which was right up the street from the Brea Tower Records, where we used to go shop because they had lower prices than our discounts. The first week I go in there, I work, and on Sunday they took out all the bongs and the pipes that used to be sold in
Yeah.
record stores.
It's part of that